All right. Hello. Test. I don't know if this is testing. Test. Okay. I know these things are saved, so welcome. My name is Brandon Wayne Bryant, and I am former Staff Sergeant of the United States Air Force, 200th Dragon of the 3rd SOS, 2015 Whistleblower of the Year, and yeah, I guess whatever anyone thinks of me is an opinion they can have. I'm going to talk about some really hard subjects because there's hard things going on in the world. And I guess that the first one is that there's no one my generation that I can say that I fully trust. I have been betrayed on all sides by pretty much everyone for no apparent reason except for selfishness. And I'm so incredibly heartbroken that I have difficulty waking up every day. We don't want to talk about most difficult things I do every day is just to wake up. I wish I could say better. We're coming up on a year when I last saw Cammie, and for that year I had waited and hoped and prayed for her safety and that she would return to me. Just prayed. I gave her space. I told her I loved her every day. Only to find out that while she was calling me her first grade love to my face, she was sucking another dude's dick behind my back and saying the most disrespectful things about me behind my back. And it's funny how many times I almost went up there to do the big gesture, and every time I was ready to buy my ticket, something happened and interfered. And after I saw her, I almost made the big gesture then and gone up to Alaska and been like, why are you just throwing away what we had for drugs and a guy who pretends he's in a band and pretends he's an insurance salesman when he's just a fucking money collector? Ugh. What I found out about him was horrible. And one of his bandmates, all the shit that he told me, I didn't want to believe it at first until he started telling me all the things Cammie said behind my back to make fun of me in front of the group for Mick Jagger's ego. Stuff like they were going to send me their wedding photos and their engagement photos, and Mick Jagger was saying that he had videos of her and him fucking, and they were going to send them to me. And had I gone up to Alaska or any of those things happened, I would have ended his life. And I can't have that on my soul. I would rather take my own than hurt another person. And that's where I'm at. My heart hurts so bad. Every day is a challenge to wake up. And I don't take anything to cover it up. I live every day raw. And it just gets worse. The only reason I haven't taken my own life now, as of this moment, is because deference of my mother's feelings. But I really think it's unfair for me to stick around and suffer just so that she doesn't feel bad. I think she would get over it. I have no hope for the future. What I've seen of the American people in the last 10 years, that since I blew the whistle, has been nothing but a disgrace. A disgrace to everything that I once believed in and thought about my country and my fellow man. I feel nothing but disgust towards them, and I struggle to find compassion every day. And the only reason I act the way that I do is because I know how to behave despite whether or not I feel compassion towards my fellow man. But every person that I meet, everyone that I hang around, I hate the smell of humans. That's why I shower as often as I can, because I just feel like I'm just covering the scent. When I think about my ex and the fact that she let another man touch her, multiple men, makes me feel sick to my stomach. Because I gave my heart and soul to this person thinking that we were going to be together for the rest of our lives. And I can feel the oily nastiness of the event and the energy when it happens. It's like a constant dagger in my side every time she lets someone touch her. And I can feel it. I can feel it. And it makes me sick every day. My therapist knows, my mom knows, people know, like, that I'm going to take my life. It's made several people mad, but my response is, you weren't there when I needed you, and now you're upset that I'm going to do something about it to end my own suffering. Hurting someone else is not going to end my suffering. Taking my own life will end my suffering. It won't be tomorrow. It won't be next week. It won't be the year. I'm going to get what I'm thinking about doing is getting both my buses fixed up. And as soon as I do that, I'm going to just travel around until I find a spot. Or I might give them away before I do it. Find someone in need who could use them more than me. I just don't feel like I have anything to live for. Everything just drains my energy to the point where I just sleep. I sleep, I do chores. It's funny that my ex-roommates were mad at me for playing video games and Dungeons and Dragons, because that was like one of the few things that I did like twice a week to rejuvenate myself. And he's like, oh man, this fucking text message. I wish that my phone wasn't broken so I could read it. But he's like, it's self-harm that you play video games, and it's like you're back in the military. Instead of killing real targets, you're killing imaginary targets. Well, no fucking shit, dipwad. You know how many fucking hours I have in my head of just isometric infrared human beings being blown apart that I'm trying to override with maybe cartoon caricatures? You know, there's a lot of effort that goes with scrubbing your psyche after being in the military, as long as I was in the military, and putting your heart and soul towards something. I guess I never really thought if there was a reward for what I'd done or doing anything. I never sought a reward. I thought that, but I never thought that I'd end up being betrayed by the people that I loved the most. Like I can't fathom it because I myself could not do it. I give everyone chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And they just take and they just take and they just take. And I have nothing more to give. I'm literally at the end of my life thread. What am I going to do? Sit around and wait even longer for a woman to realize that what I gave her was true and pure while she gets fucking run through by as many guys as she can possibly fucking think of? While she inebriates herself with fucking drugs to just forget? Why I feel every bit of sickness because I understand string theory and the fact that she's sharing her energy with all these fucking people. And she's siphoning my energy. And I've done everything I can to stop it, and I can't. Because the magic that I know doesn't work against something so pure. But it was just I was the only one that was pure in that relationship. Honestly, the pain's so bad right now that when I think about it, I just want to cut my own throat. It hurts so bad. Like I feel it's like it's sickness in my gut, in my just knowing what it is that they did to her and that she let them do it. And then she betrayed me behind my back, and all I did was give her love. I was there for her when she needed it. And then when I needed it, I found out she had betrayed me. I've never met a loyal woman in my life. Every woman that I've shared my heart with has either gotten the ick, they've cheated on me with someone, or they just degrade me. And how could I give my broken heart? How could I give myself to someone in good faith? Knowing that if they broke my heart, that would kill me more completely than any knife or any sharp implement ever could. Any bullet. I don't even know how I survived this last one. When Baron died, my dog, that night I walked him to the gates of heaven in my dream. And we both stepped through, and before I could take my second step, something yanked me back here. And it was her. It was because I loved her so much. Only to find out that she cheated on me. While I was being safe and productive and working on our future and building that, she was cheating on me and doing drugs and degrading me behind my back. And to my face, she was telling me I was her first great love and she will always love me. Oh, well, she was my last love. And because I know that I will never experience that again, I have no reason to live. And some people might be like, well, you don't know the future. No, it's like something I know in my heart. And maybe it's something that I've always known would happen because every relationship and the reason that I gave them chance after chance was because I knew that this was going to be the end result anyway. So I let them give me the bare minimum and abuse me because I thought that's what I deserved. And I guess people don't understand that this was my dream, to love someone so deeply that I would die for them. And here it is that I will. In the most pathetic and cowardly way. Well, congratulations, Rhaenyra. Congratulations, Mick Jagger, and all you fucking pieces of shit. You get what you want. You destroyed my life. You corrupted my women. You took everything from me. You took my son from me. You took my heart from me. And just know that when you are standing at the gates of hell, that I will be there ready to devour your fucking soul, so that you are no longer reborn ever again. And I will shit you out so that some gardens in the afterlife will have some fertilizer. And no man can escape death. So I will be waiting for you. And you will not find any redemption behind any God or any Christ or any Buddha. Because my actions are righteous. My wrath is righteous. That's why I don't need any big outbursts of anger. I don't need any big display. I just need you to know that when your life finally ends and you have to stand before God in judgment for what you have done, I will be your prime accuser. And I will use my life as an example for what you have done. And nothing that you can do will redeem you. In this life or any life. When I stand before Yama, the king of death, I will ask him to take me out of the cycle of rebirth. And I will deny myself paradise so that I can walk in hell and find your kind and feast upon their essence so that they never make it to the material world and no one else has to experience what I experienced. You ever see the movie Eyes Wide Shut? I've been told about it a lot, and it's been on my TikTok feed lately. I know who they are. I've met them. The upper echelon. They can't hide from someone like me. And they did what they did to Cammy to show that they could fuck with my life, even if would win legally in the court of law. They threatened my mom. It's the reason why people don't want to hang around me is because there's so much at risk just for being my friend. And I understand that. Another reason I'm probably going to take my own life. How can I in good conscience if just my very being puts people in danger? And people don't want to take the risk, even though it's right, even though I'm doing the right thing. And I've had the military pseudo apologize to me in a book, and I'm academically notarized on 4 different continents. Five, actually. I'm not sure about South America. And I definitely know I'm probably known in Antarctica. So maybe all 7 continents has experienced some form of my media. And I didn't even mean to, I just thought it was the right thing to do. I believed in the integrity and honor and excellence that the Air Force ingrained in me. I believed in God and justice and benevolence and truthfulness. I believed in those things. I don't believe in them anymore. I know they exist because I embody them, but I don't believe in them anymore. They're not something to believe in. There's something to do. There's something to be. I don't understand how my environment is the way that it is because I'm just worn out. Just worn out. And the only cure that I will have is if Cammy came and apologized to me. Sincerely apologized to me. Not like we're going to get back together, but just told me everything. It's literally the only cure for this broken heart. And Melissa, if her and Melissa came back and apologized for hurting me, that would be the only thing to stop me from taking my own life. And I know those are impossible. I'd say 1,000,000 to 1 chance, but I think it's even higher than that. I'm sorry, Time. I think about you every day, boy. I have 8 years of birthday gifts for you. Actually, I'll have to repurchase some because I did give them away, a couple of them, but I dream about you. Being my little man. Teaching you everything that I knew, everything that our ancestors taught me. Your great 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 grandpa. Twice great. I still dream of loving your mother. Still confused. I just feel used and abandoned. Like I wasted my life. Doesn't matter what else I done. Doesn't matter what else I done. I failed in love, and that was to me the most important. That was the most important. Work and virtue. Virtue was my mother's milk, and work, well, I've already proven that I can get shit done. And but it's never enough. It's not enough for someone to be loyal to me or to love me, to want to be my friend or companion. They always have to get something from me. They can't just be with me. So yeah, maybe Melissa, you were right. Maybe I should kill myself and it would be better for everybody. I thought a lot about your words since you said them. I remember every interaction between Cami and I and you and I. Fresh wounds upon my soul that drive deeper into my own pain. I can't even do skin to skin contact with another person. I can barely handshake people. I can barely hug another person. I've no one to talk to or reach out to that none of the people I want to feel that closeness with were ever available in the first place. They just wanted me. They just used me. I don't know what to do anymore. I don't want power. Or what people perceive as power and wealth and fortune. It's all meaningless. It's all meaningless. Money is meaningless. Electronics are meaningless. Toilet paper is fucking meaningless. I don't understand how I wasted my time. I spent so much time studying autism and all these things, and now I'm pretty well versed in narcissism and borderline personality disorder and that type of fucking garbage. So I understand, but no one's ever made the effort. No one's ever made the effort. I look back and I'm like, holy shit, no one has ever. That's why I tell people about me, and until people turn their brains off, is because for so long no one gave a shit about me. Like, the only person that did was my great grandfather. Like, he cared to know me and encourage me. No one's ever really gotten to know me. And when they do, they seem to hate me. And I can't figure out why, because then I try to people please, and then I go above and beyond to try to make them like me by doing things for them, and it's like too late. It's like, and then I because it's something that I do. I don't know what the fuck this is. Made in China. Fucking flies everywhere. I don't know. I don't have my phone. I don't have TikTok. I don't have social media right now, access to it, because I didn't put any of my access on this computer, except for my Google account, which means I'm here on YouTube. But it's funny, like, I talk with people all the time, and they think I'm insightful and knowledgeable and all these types of things, but no one wants to listen to me in, like, my daily life. No one wants to work towards the same goals. No one wants to build companionship and community with me, except for, like, older people. And it's not like I don't mind, but I'm lonely. And I can stand being alone, but this loneliness is hurts my heart. It's crushing me. And I know there's no one going to save me. I never expected anyone to save me. I just never expected having to do it alone, by myself. And that's how I feel. Like, there are people that provide certain things, but it almost sometimes feels like an obligation, or like the bare minimum. And maybe it's just my perception of things because of how I've been treated, but even like my mom, even my hanging out with my mom and telling her, sometimes I feel like the way things have gone, that she only provided for me because she was my mother. Because had our positions been reversed, I would, if she was my daughter and the government was threatening her because of her service and what she did and what I did, like, if roles were reversed, I would have stopped the fucking presses. I would have gone to the edge of the world and back. And I would have, I don't know, I would have hoped that my wife would be with me, and people would have a community of people at my side, but makes me feel like I'm just a completely different person than even my own mom and father. My father was the type of person, and maybe this is what upsets me the most, is my father is the type of person that would sit next to the phone and wait for a phone call for a job, thinking that someone is going to recognize him for his goodness and pay him $1 million. And I always thought that was stupid. And probably one of the reasons that I wanted nothing to do with money was because of his focus on it. But my grandfather never had to worry about money, and he grew up in the Great Depression era. He knew what it was like to have nothing. And he lived minimally the rest of his life. And maybe that's how I should. Maybe this is the process of just giving everything away to where I have nothing. I no longer know what to do with myself. I did my thing, and I don't want to go back to it. And now I have nothing to do. I thought I was giving up. Like, I could have been in Europe doing things. I could have gone over the place, but I gave everything up for Cammie. I gave everything up because she asked me to. She asked me to. And in the process of me doing it, she fucking cheated on me. Like, I gave everything up for her. I thought I was going to start over and I was going to have a family and we were just going to, even though the world was burning to the ground, we'd still have each other. And to find out the betrayal was just too much. It's too much for me. It's just too much.